We did it. Every raid boss in Guild Wars 2 defeated in under 2 hours. A new world record. We even included a scripted feed on Doom to make it extra intense for the live viewers. All of that accomplished with 2 long-abandoned Inspiration Chronomancers, Heal Tempest instead of Druid, Heal Scourge, and of course, 5 damage per second Scourges. Now, that's all well and good, but what can we learn from it? When we did this run for the first time, I made some pretty strong claims that running a similar composition will not only increase win rate for most groups, but will also make boss kill times faster, despite not using more aggressive boon builds or druid spirits. I've been doing a lot of these runs over the past weeks, and it's been a lot of fun actually, and we've now moved on to a much more aggressive composition to push for faster times, and the new challenge of all challenge modes completed in a sub 2 hour full clear. However, even after a few weeks of practice, our kill times are only improving by small margins. This is constantly getting better as the team is learning, but what is very obviously apparent is that using a more aggressive composition will only really yield better results with far superior coordination and execution compared to the glorious Ultra Cheese setups. That is to say, in uncoordinated setups, for example a pickup group, playing safer will probably make the boss die faster and increase your chance of actually winning, even if you end up giving away potential damage or offensive buffs like spirits. For reference, the first time we attempted the Necromancer clear, we went in with 0 preparation, no plan, and only memes to carry us. We ended up clearing in 2 hours and 17 minutes. When we first tried the aggressive composition, even with our extra synergy, speedrun experience, and overall practice, we managed about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Admittedly, it was a bit of a clown fiesta due to trying some very risky strategies, but we were doing the same strategies with Necromancers, and it was incredibly cozy. All of the kills were far cleaner with the safer composition, and when bad stuff happened, because we were running a huge amount of carry potential, we were able to prevent wipes in a way that a more aggressive composition simply can't. And bear in mind, this carry power comes at an extremely low opportunity cost. The kill times of the carry comp were pretty decent. It's not like we were dealing with more mechanics than a normal group. In fact, compared to a pickup group, we hardly did any, destroying bosses much quicker than an average group. But don't just take my word for it. When doing experiments, you need a scientist. Fortunately, we have one of those in the Guild Wars 2 community, Rava. Rava was intrigued by the ultimate cheese composition and decided to put it to the test in her weekly clears. And luckily for me, it worked extremely well. The first time they tried it, they immediately got a huge improvement to their clear time, breaking the sub 3 hour barrier for the first time and saving over 20 minutes. Since then, the team has been hard farming raids faster than ever before and even adapted the composition with the forbidden professions, Ranger and Revenant. It turns out that spirits can come from a soul beast too, not just a druid. All memes aside, the point is that damage and offensive modifiers are pretty overrated when it comes to increasing your win rate in raids, which is essentially what most players are concerned with. You don't 100% need these effects to get very fast clears or very fast kills. What is going to help you clear raids, especially when learning, is going to be focusing on maintaining boon uptime and stacking defensive support and recovery potential. And a lot of the time, these defensive effects will often increase your actual overall damage despite reducing your top theoretical damage. You need to be alive to do damage, and a lot of very high damage potential builds are reliant on good support and coordination to reach their true potential. So get out there and increase your raid group's win rates today. I'm not saying you should run our exact composition. It was a deliberately super extreme carry composition to prove the point that you don't need to have an optimal composition to do extremely fast kills and clears. I would encourage you to experiment and find what works best with what you have. But don't be afraid if a build doesn't have any unique buffs or doesn't do the biggest damage per second. Scourge was probably overpowered even when it only had a 30,000 damage per second benchmark, just because of the support it brought to the table while doing so. Incidentally, if you do want to try a similar composition to us, I would replace 2 Scourges with Righteous Rebel Condition Renegades, or just a single standard Alacrity Renegade. This will not only produce loads of free life force for all the Scourges because of the Callous Spirits expiring, it will also free up the Chronomancers to run less boon duration and entirely focus on quickness and dealing a bit more damage. You could even throw a Soul Beast in for Sun Spirit too. And never forget, always embrace the power of boons. Don't be afraid to overcap on boons or boon duration, because while a single boon supplier can quite often have a theoretical 100% uptime, things tend to go horribly wrong in raids, so then that 100% can start to seriously decline. Boon Herald is a build that really suffers because of this mentality. It's perceived that it doesn't do anything useful because the boons it has are already covered in a standard composition. While this is true, it doesn't always work out like that in an actual fight. What a Boon Herald can do is guarantee that boon uptime and solidify a group, increasing its win rate. Builds that have extreme boon application like Inspiration Boon Chronomancer, Boon Herald, and Heal Tempest will increase win rates for a lot of groups despite not providing the highest possible damage per second, even if the players in these groups are actually very skilled. I want to talk about this type of idea a lot more in a dedicated video, so before I end up going on for hours, let's move on to something exciting. I'm a big fan of competition and setting goals. The progression of our weekly clear times was really enjoyable, and for the first time in years, I'm actually hyped to raid in Guild Wars 2, so that's why I'm throwing down the gauntlet. The first 3 guilds to submit a clear time of under 2.5 hours to the Guild Wars 2 speedrun.com will receive 2,000 gold each, and the first guild to post a sub 2-hour clear will receive 5,000 gold. It's not an insane prize, but what can I say? I'm slightly impoverished right now. And one more thing, current patch only. I don't want to see anyone uploading 3-year-old clears. That is not allowed. Even if you don't fancy going for those times, I would love to see your guild try a speedrun or improve your clear or kill times. So if you go for that, show me on Discord or link it in the comments here. Share it in the Hardstuck Discord or my Discord. Show me what you've got. If you want advice or help with anything raid related, feel free to message me and ask questions here or on Discord, and knowledge will be yours. We have a lot of experienced raiders who will be able to tell you whatever you need to know. Join us and let's get some energy surrounding 10-player content. I think it's pretty good, and I want to see more players getting in deep with the game mode. We need to create an environment that's fun and approachable to new players, and I think that getting into an improvement mindset is exactly the way to do that and create longevity in the endgame. One more thing as well. There's a link to Livesplit and the Guild Wars 2 Raid Full Clear component used on my stream in the description if you want to really get the true speedrun experience in your clears. You'll have to clear the raids in the same order as us to make it work properly, but the order you clear doesn't matter that much, so just get used to throwing horribly on Stronghold of the Faithful, or you can probably modify it to fit your needs. Before we wrap up here, I want to say thank you to my team. I couldn't have asked for a better set of gamers. Everyone played extremely well and didn't crumble even when disaster struck. You should definitely go and check out their perspectives of the runs too. Those are linked in the description of the video. These runs reinvigorated my interest in raids, and for that, I am very, very grateful. And I can't wait to force them into all manner of bizarre raid-related challenges. Bonus thanks to Rava for allowing me to use her stream footage and for trying out our strategy. Go and follow her stream and support the Cheeseway Raid Revolution. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the epic journey of the Scourge Raid speedrun. The next chapter is ongoing, and we'll be going for every raid with every challenge mode enabled in under 2 hours next. So stop by on Mondays to see us working on that live on Twitch, now with added big pumper DPS. Witness the wipes, the feeding, and of course the ultimate victory. Follow the team everywhere, embrace my social media, ask questions, learn, and come back and watch every video every day. You all know the drill by now. I'll see you next time.